Most people picture a millionaire hunched over a color-coded spreadsheet, logging every coffee, every parking meter, every pack of gum. The truth is almost the exact opposite. The system a lot of wealthy people actually use takes about 10 minutes a month, runs mostly on autopilot, and is something you can copy before this video is even over. By the end, you'll have a budgeting framework that doesn't depend on willpower, guilt, or tracking a single latte. Let's get into it. Here's why this matters right now. Traditional budgeting fails most people, and not because they're lazy. It fails because it's built backwards. You're told to record everything you spend, feel bad when you go over, and somehow find money to save at the end of the month. But by the end of the month, there's nothing left, because saving was last in line. The wealthy flip the order, and that one change does more than any spreadsheet ever could. The goal isn't to track your way to wealth. It's to design a system where building wealth happens automatically, whether you're paying attention or not. The core move is the reverse of how most people budget. The average approach is earn, spend, and then save whatever survives. The problem is that nothing ever survives. Spending is infinitely flexible. It quietly expands to swallow whatever is sitting in your checking account. So the wealthy invert it. They save and invest first the moment money arrives, automatically, and then they spend whatever is left. This is the pay-yourself-first principle, and it's deceptively powerful. When your investment contribution comes out before you ever see the money, you adapt your lifestyle to what remains. The wealth building is already done before the month even begins. You're not relying on discipline at the end of the month. You've removed the decision entirely. Decide once that a set percentage comes off the top, set it to 10, 15, or 20% of your income, and let everything else organize itself around that. The second principle is that they don't rely on willpower for routine decisions. Investments, bills, transfers, all automated, so the right thing happens whether or not anyone is paying attention. This matters more than it sounds, because willpower is a limited resource. Every decision you make in a day drains a little more of it. By evening, when you're tired and stressed, your self-control is at its weakest, which is exactly when the impulse purchases happen. Automation never gets tired. It doesn't have bad days. It doesn't get tempted. By turning your investments and savings into automatic transfers that fire on payday, you take the single most important financial decision of the month and make it impossible to skip. The boring, repetitive money tasks should run themselves. Save your limited willpower for the things that actually require a human. Here's where wealthy budgeting really diverges from the spreadsheet crowd. They focus on the handful of decisions that actually move the needle, and they almost completely ignore the small stuff. There are really only 3 or 4 categories that determine your financial life: housing, transportation, and your overall savings rate. Get those right, and the price of your coffee genuinely does not matter. Most people do this exactly backwards. They agonize over $5 purchases while signing a lease or a car payment that's quietly draining hundreds or thousands every single month without a second thought. A $400 a month difference in rent or skipping a needless car upgrade dwarfs a whole year of cutting out lattes. So the wealthy make the big decisions slowly and carefully: where they live, what they drive, how much they automatically invest, and then they stop sweating the pebbles. Win the boulders, and you've already won the budget. Finally, the number they actually watch isn't a daily spending log. It's net worth, and they check it about once a month. Net worth is simply everything you own minus everything you owe, and it's the one number that answers the only question that really matters. Is the gap between my assets and my debts growing? You can obsess over 100 tiny line items, or you can watch one number that captures all of them at once. When your net worth climbs month after month, it means the system underneath is working. The saving, the automation, the big decisions, even if you never logged a single transaction. It also gives you something a spending diary never can: momentum. Watching that one number rise is genuinely motivating in a way that staring at expenses never is. Spending logs make you feel restricted. A rising net worth makes you feel free. So here's the whole system in one breath. Automatically invest a set percentage the day you get paid, before you can spend it. Automate your bills and transfers so routine decisions make themselves. Get the 3 or 4 big categories right and stop fussing over the small ones. And track one number, your net worth, once a month to confirm it's all working. That's it. No color-coded spreadsheet, no logging every coffee, no guilt, 10 minutes a month, and a system that quietly builds wealth in the background of your life. Wealthy budgeting was never about restriction or willpower or tracking every penny. It's about automating the right moves once, watching the one number that matters, and letting the system carry you the rest of the way. Set it up this week, and your future self will be building wealth on autopilot while you get on with your life. If this was helpful, subscribe to Wealth Decoded for more on how money actually works, and grab the free net worth tracker linked in the description so you can start watching your own number climb. As always, this is education, not financial advice. See you in the next one.